I'm Jennifer Anderson, Superstar Director of Radiant Rockstars, but tonight we have a special treat. Superstar Director Patricia Morrow of the Real Consultants of Wax Slinging, talking about Instagram. Take it away, Boo.
Hi, everybody. Woohoo. Wow. Oh my goodness. I'm a little nervous right now. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't expecting to see this many faces on here. But listen, I could sit here and bore you with my Scentsy story and why I joined and how long I've been here and all those fuzzy warm things. But I want to dive right into this because I want to be super conscious of your time. I tend to go off and I really want to try and keep this under the maximum here. But really what I most wanted to talk to you about is how Instagram stories specifically can be a game changer for your business. Okay. Because again, I mean, I could bore you with all those details, but what I really have found, especially in the past year, is so much growth for my business on Instagram stories. More importantly, eyeballs on my business. And if there's anything that this business is, it's building relationships and connections with people to create conversations about your business, because conversations equal business. The more conversations you have, the more, you're consistent in sharing Scentsy, the more that you're going to end up talking about Scentsy with them. And so Instagram stories helps you do that. Right now, we're in a fast-paced social media world, okay? COVID hit 2020, right? Like, who's enjoying 2020? Hands up. Let me tell you, if you get on Instagram stories, you'll be enjoying 2020. No, but like, social. It kind of put us in a social media like world. That's what we're kind of doing now. We're not really doing in-home parties or events, right? Like COVID's kind of preventing us from doing that. So we really need to adapt to our circumstances, because it's easy to say, oh, I suck at Instagram stories, or I'm not good on social media, or I'm not the type of person that would post selfies or do videos, right? So before we move further, I just want to encourage you guys, at least listen to the things that I have to share today with an open mind, in the hopes that whatever we're going to chat about, that you apply in your own way. Okay. And we're going to talk about all the ways that you can do this authentically to you. And I'll tell you all the ways that work for me, but most importantly, you have to be willing to adapt to the things in your business that are kind of changing or making you feel stuck. So if you're normally a home party person, like I'm a big home party advocate. It's funny because I built my business on Facebook parties in the beginning, but then I saw the value in home parties because it was quicker PRV, instant connection with people. I was booking parties, recruiting. And so I kind of stopped doing Facebook parties for a long time, if I'm being completely honest. And then with COVID happening, it sort of forced me to go back to running my business solely online. So as of, I would say probably since COVID started, pretty much since COVID started, I kind of adapted to online, using stories only and not doing any parties whatsoever, and averaging 2 to 3K in sales just on orders alone. Okay. I'm not saying that's the way to go. I think Scentsy is a party planning company and you should party your little heart out, because that's the best way to meet people. But using something like stories, and there's so much that goes into social media, but if we're talking specifically at stories, this is a great way to create what we call leads, as I'm sure you've heard in this industry. It's a great way to meet new people, connect with them, and engage, so that you have those people to follow up to get bookings, to get parties. Okay. And especially if you're doing things online, it's easier to get somebody to book a party, from stories, because they're already on social media. I found a lot of times when I was doing home parties, I was only booking home parties because the people at those parties, they're not really online. Like, they're just kind of, So now I'm drifting. You see, I told you I was going to do this. But that's what I love most about Instagram stories, is that it helps me create connection with people and use it as a way, as almost like a platform to move into a conversation with somebody about a party, or moving them forward as a customer. Okay. Again, COVID is kind of preventing us from doing those things in person. So if you can learn how to master like the art of social media and really work it to your advantage in your business, then I think that it'll help you start to build that like, no trust factor with people. You're going to instantly build connection. All of that stuff builds trust, and people do business with those who they know, like, and trust. Okay. Um, New eyeballs on your business, like I said, turns into conversation about your business. So if you are consistent in sharing Scentsy, and not just, the corporate flyers and the sales and the LTOs and the specials, but like authentically sharing Scentsy, authentically sharing you, your lifestyle, then more than likely people are going to catch on to that. Okay. So a couple of things about stories. Who here is using Facebook stories in their business? While I take a sip, I'd love to know. Put it in the chat. Let me see. Okay. Because I only really started stories is fairly new too. It's only been around for a couple years, right? If even that. Like, I feel like it's only been around. Wow, look at all these people using Instagram stories. Awesome. Okay. So this is great. So Instagram stories, what I love about it is that, and what people love about it is that it's a visual platform. Okay. You're either posting pictures or you're either posting videos. There's no long text. There's no captions. There's no, like, if you think about Facebook, Facebook is very heavy, right? I mean, it's awesome. I love Facebook. But it's also very heavy. There's drama, right? Hopefully you're not following all that stuff. But like, aside from that, there's so many things. You can do live videos on Facebook. You can go to groups on Facebook. You can do a business page. Like, there's so many different aspects of Facebook, which can be great for your business, but it's overwhelming. And so stories, Instagram is visual, but Instagram stories is not only visual, it's entertaining. It's what you can consider, if you use it the proper way, entertainment marketing for your business. And people love to be entertained, right? Like, if you can think about things that you like on social media, things that you comment on, things that you interact on, are they things that are entertaining to you, right? So you kind of have to say to yourself, how can I utilize, this platform to be as entertaining and authentic as I can for my audience, aka followers, aka customers, friends, relationships. That's how it's all built. But again, it's a visual platform. So the cool thing about it is that with Instagram stories, it's only 15 seconds long, like one little clip. Okay. So if you're familiar with Instagram stories, it's just 15 seconds. You can go longer than that. I think you can go up to like, what is it, like 90 seconds or something? I don't know. You could do like 4 15-minute clips or 15-second clips. I'm bad at math. But you could do 4 15-second clips at once, right? And I'm gonna, if I have time, I'm gonna hopefully share my screen, so maybe I can kind of show you what I'm talking about. But it's fast, okay? And again, this is a social media world. Like, we're not here to sit and listen and read a long caption and all the things. Like, the average person reads like the first few sentences of a post, and if you don't capture that person right away, you've already lost them. So stories, because it's visual, it's just either a picture or a video. So more than likely, someone scrolling through a story, like, think about when you're on a stories and you're scrolling, what are the things that you're stopping on? Are you stopping on someone talking on in a video? Is it a picture? Like, it's fast. And that's what I love most about it. A regular post on Instagram and Facebook generally, like on average, last about 90 minutes. So a post that would be in your grid or a post that you put up on Facebook, it will last in the newsfeed for 90 minutes on average. Okay. I mean, that might have changed since the last time I did my research, so don't quote me on that. But generally speaking, it lasts 90 minutes. Okay. That means a story lasts 24 hours. One 15-second clip lasts 24 hours in the newsfeed, of like the stories newsfeed. So you have just one post alone already gives you an advantage over posting a regular post on Facebook with only 90 minutes, okay? Because you have more chance for your post to get seen, if that makes sense, okay? So if you post it in the morning, you may have people that are not on Instagram at that time. Maybe they're, working throughout the day. But when they get out of work, they're ready to scroll on Instagram, and they still see your post on there because it's up for 24 hours. If you were to post a regular post on Facebook it lasts for 90 minutes, the odds of them seeing that post are way likely. How many of you are leaders with groups on Facebook, right? And maybe you're posting in your team page. Maybe your engagement is low. Nobody's commenting, nobody's engaging. A lot of that has to do with the algorithm. And this is not a training on Facebook, but it's just to show you the comparison that, you know, something like that on Facebook where you put up a regular post, it's because it only lasts in the news feed for so long. So unless people are actively going back on that post and commenting on it to boost it up, that's the only real way that it gets seen. But the Instagram stories are there for 24 hours. So you already have that in your advantage, okay? It's super fast. There's also now Reels that Instagram has. It's sort of like the Instagram version of TikTok, which I'm a big fan of too. Reels, I haven't dived too much into it on Instagram, but it's pretty much the same thing. It's video fast content. That's what it is. 15-second video content, and it's scroll, click, click, click through the next one. It's entertaining. People love it. You can add music. You can do anything. Like, there's so many creative ways to use Reels and TikTok and stuff like that. And so I love that Instagram incorporated that. So maybe at a later point when I've gotten a little more savvy and Reels, I can always come and chat about that as well. But pretty much it's the same concept as Instagram stories. Okay, it's easy, it's fast. You can swipe up, you can swipe down, you can swipe left, you can swipe right. It's so user friendly. Okay, if you have not used stories, it's like probably the most user friendly. I actually post more in my stories than I do on my regular Instagram or even my regular Facebook profile. And that's because I'm building relationships with people in it. The best part, okay, and these are kind of just a couple of facts about stories. The best thing about Instagram stories is that when people reply to your stories, it goes straight to your inbox, right to your inbox. It's not a comment on a post. It's not like everybody and their mother gets a notification and so it literally is to your inbox. And if there's anything you should know about this business in order to truly grow, is that personal connection is key. And so Instagram stories gives you the opportunity to have one-on-one conversation with people right from the very beginning. And if you're playing your cards right, they are messaging you. Okay, you're not like cold messaging, hey, we have a new special. Oh my God, girl, check out Baby Yoda, that's coming. No. They're coming to you because you are sharing it authentically in your stories. You're building trust and all that, which we're going to talk about, okay? I also want to talk a little bit about video, okay? I know that is a scary thing for some people. I want to let you guys know too, I was never confident from the beginning. Like, we all have to start somewhere, okay? So if you're saying to yourself, oh, I can't do video, it's you know, I understand that. But you're never really truly going to grow into, you know, the things that you aspire to do if you don't actually do them. So again, I want to just encourage you to try this with an open mind, and really see if utilizing video consistently and seeing how much it can really change your business. And honestly, the more you do it, like, the more confident you're going to get in it, okay? But video specifically is the fastest way to grow. I'm like, I don't know why I'm like shaking right now. I'm still so like nervous. I need to take a sip of water and calm down. My nerves are so shot. I'm sorry. But video is the fastest, like I said, way to grow online if you're doing it consistently, because video helps you build connection with people the same way that it would as if you were in person with them. Okay, they're able to get to know you. They're able to get to know your, you know, the things that you share, what you sound like, what you look like. I don't think anybody would buy from a consultant if they didn't even know what they look like, okay? So video, not only pictures, but like videos of yourself, it's almost like you having a one-on-one conversation with somebody. And you're able to connect on such a much deeper level with people through video than you are any other type of way online, any other way. So maybe just practice if you're somebody who's feeling like a little, what's the word? Excuse me, like it's not your forte, right? To do video. Maybe you are pushing yourself outside your comfort zone. So maybe practice a little bit. Do it, do your video on your phone and you don't have to post it. I can't tell you how many videos and pictures I have in here where I haven't even got around to freaking posting, but I do the video, and as you do it, your confidence will gain, okay? You are going to have to be a little bit vulnerable too when it comes to sharing, not even just in video, but just about your life and about like you and who you are and what you represent and the things that you like in your family and everything aside from Scentsy too, because again, people do business with those who they know, like, and trust, not with people who have the best sales or the best specials. Your customers buy from you because they like you, right? They trust you. They've come to know you through your customer service or your interactions with them. And so if you can use like video specifically on your stories to connect with people, it's going to be a game changer. It's going to like instantly, you're going to see just like growth happen out of nowhere when done consistently. Okay. So, I mean, it's okay. I have times where, I may not post every now and then, but I do try and get right back in it. It's okay to fall off. I'm not saying, oh my God, go hard every day, post a video every day, post a picture every day, use your stories every day. Yes, it will help you to build that consistently, but don't worry about times that you fall off. Just pick up and get right back in it. Okay. But so some of the things that I post in stories, I'm kind of like all over the place, but some of the things that you can share in your stories, because you're probably like, okay, well, this is great, but what am I posting? Right. Like, I think that's the thing too. A lot of times I talk to people and they're like, well, I just don't know what to share. Like, my life is boring. Do you ever feel like your life is not like interesting? Like nobody would care to hear what's going on in your day. Let me tell you, that was the story of my life. And I still have moments like that. I don't think that will ever change because we're always doubting ourselves. We're always like, nitpicking. We're our own worst critic, right? Like, as that's just what we do as human beings. We talk negatively to ourselves. We compare. And so I want to encourage you guys, like, don't compare to what other people are doing and just share authentically. When you do this consistently, and yes, you are going to have to get a little vulnerable. You might have to, it might feel awkward a little bit for you to talk to the camera. It might feel awkward to share about your day when you feel like nothing that you did that day was that exciting. But the more you do it, and the more it's well reciprocated, meaning the more people are taking to it, and the more that they are liking it, right, and they're responding to you, and then next thing you know, you're starting to build relationships and you're reaping the benefits of your consistency. That is when your confidence is going to build, and you're going to say, wow. And then before you know it, you're going to have like content to talk about every day. It's just going to come naturally to you because you're just going to get so used to it and so in the rhythm of doing it. Where you almost, like I said, for me, I will go on my Instagram stories quicker than I will a post on Facebook or regular Instagram. I'm just like, oh, time to do a story. Okay. And that's because I've been consistent almost pretty much since COVID started. So almost a year of using stories consistently in my business. It's almost like second nature for me now. And they say like 21 days to create a habit or something like that. So maybe challenge yourself, maybe give yourself a week, maybe give yourself, every other day or a month, however it is for you to stay consistent in doing it. And when you're done with that timeline, I really feel like you will notice the difference. So what can you post in your stories? Some of the things that I share are, with regard to Scentsy, is demonstrating how products work. Again, Instagram stories is visual, okay? Scentsy is an experience. So if you show somebody how a product works versus you just sharing a corporate flyer from the marketing tab or even a real life image that you take. I mean, real life images, in my opinion, are the best, but I still think that, you demonstrating the product is always going to be the best way because, again, Scentsy's an experience. So if you can think, if I was in person right now consider your viewer, your audience, one person. Okay, consider that like your customer, your ideal person that you're going to be sharing Scentsy with. So if you say to yourself, how would I do this if I was in person with them? Like, what would I show them? How would I present a product to them, right? It's the same exact thing, except you're on video. And that's why if you do those things through video, it's almost like they're going to connect more than you just putting up a flyer. Okay. But you can do things like that. You do product demonstrations. So changing out the wax, you can talk about LTOs, like the LTOs that just came out today. What is it? The Mickey Mini Buddy clips, the Sven Buddy, right? Yesterday I went in my stories and I talked about it. I talked about it. I didn't just share an image, I talked about it. Everybody who follows me, who knows my stories, like well, I hate the word followers, my audience, the people who continually watch my stories, they know that I'm a mom, they know that I have 3 kids, they know my husband is a police officer, they know, I mean, they know I love home decor, they know that I love, like, I literally share so vulnerably, probably share too much sometimes. But like my customers and my audience has come to know that, right? So when I go to show them things, then it's almost like they're gaining value from those things I'm sharing because they're getting to know me. Okay. And I'm kind of like drifting all over the place. I need to stop. I need to reel it back in. Just someone tell me to stop in the comments at any given point. If you're like, take it back, take it back. Excuse me. Because I tend to jump around. So, like I said, you can demonstrate products, wax changes for, oh, that's what I was saying. There we go. The LTOs, right? So yesterday I went and I talked, instead of just posting the Sven flyer, I would go on and say, oh my God, you guys, Sven is dropping tomorrow. Dylan loves him, or Natalie loves him, right? Because I talk to my followers, my audience, like they're real people, because they're just behind a screen, and they know me, and they know my kids' names, they know my husband's name. And so when I refer to about my children, I refer to them by their first name. It's almost like building an instant connection with them, as if they're one person right there. So I'm like, Natalie loves Sven, and I'm talking about it versus just throwing up a post. So that when I do go throw up that post, it's almost like I've prepared them for that corporate salesy flyer that every consultant and their mother is sharing. I mean, I'm sorry to say that, especially with the Disney flyers, and we have to be compliant, and there's only, you can only go so far with like the licensed items, I feel like, with posting things like that. But at least if you try and do it as authentically as you can, okay? You can also show them, okay? Because again, it's visual. Show them how to enroll in things. One of my favorite, I've got so many Scentsy Club members through stories. And that is because I physically will show them what a whiff box is. I will physically show them what a brick is. I will physically show them how to sign up on my website via Scentsy Club. I'll take my phone and I'll point it to my screen. I'll say, look how easy it is to sign up for Scentsy Club. And I'll literally walk them through the steps. Some people are visual. They need to see that. Every time I do that, I have at least one person say they're interested in Scentsy Club. And again, it's because it's visual. Most people are visual. And that's why stories are so awesome, because you're giving them like a peek right there, almost as if you were in person. But you can show them how to enroll in Scentsy Club, or even sign up as a consultant. You can use it to like tell a story. So let's say you wanted to share your thoughts or had some aha moments. You use those moments to go on and talk about it, right? Whatever happened during your day, maybe it was a troubling thing that you went through, whether it be Scentsy or not. I'd also advise you guys to not to just talk about Scentsy. You want to incorporate things of your life. So again, your family, the food you like. It's sort of become a little thing now in my stories. Every time we cook here in my house, I always do this little like food video where I film my food and then I add music to it depending on where we're eating. So if it's taco night, I'll film the tacos spread out all over the table with everything. And then I'll put a little bit of like salsa music on. And it's just become a thing that I've done. And everybody loves it when I do it. It has nothing to do with Scentsy, but it's entertaining. And they like it, okay? I can tell you certain people's stories if I go to, I know exactly what they share. I know going to Jennifer Anderson's story, she shares lots of awesome recipes, and she's always sharing cute little Riley was here things that she's doing because it's consistent. So maybe think about the people that you follow, right, on Instagram, whether they're Scentsy consultants or not, and just like make note of the things that they're doing and kind of like figure out how you can kind of do those things in your own authentic way as well. Some great ways that you can increase engagement on your stories, right? So first, my suggestion would be to go public. I know that this is like a big thing because sometimes it's like, oh, I don't want everybody seeing my kids, but let me tell you guys something. if you don't go public with your profile, you're limiting the amount of exposure that you have for your business. You're only showing your business to your current followers. Okay. So yes, it is a little like daunting, especially if you're a mom. Like I know myself, I go back and forth where I'm like, I don't want to, but I do think that going public ultimately is better in the long run. And the block button is an awesome tool. So if you ever have some creeper or somebody that's just weirding you out and you don't want them seeing pics of your kids or whatever, block them. Another ways to increase engagement is to show your face. Again, people need to know who you are, why they're buying from you, joining you, why they're even watching your stories. Have you ever scrolled on someone's story and you're like, wait, who is this? Who is this person? I do that all the time. And you know what I do? I mute their story or unfollow their story. And it's not to sound mean, but listen, I mean, time is money. Okay. And if we're on social media to be networking with the proper people, then we need to make sure that we know who those people are that we're networking with and following, and not just people that we don't. And other people feel that way too. So make sure you're showing your face. So yes, you can show selfies of yourself. I'm big on video, but I don't think that you have to use video every time. I just think video is great in stories, because the thing is, if you post a picture, let's see, what can I use? Okay. This is a frame that I have. It doesn't have a picture in it. I just got it at Hobby Lobby, so there's no picture. But let's say you were on your stories, right? If you put up a picture, whether it be a selfie or a flyer of a warmer that's coming out, it lasts for about 6 to 7 seconds in the story. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to pretend, okay, you go to my story, here's a picture. You probably would have clicked past that already, right? And I actually just heard the ticking on my clock. It was 7 seconds. That's a long time for a picture to be sitting there. And people are automatically going to click it. They're going to say, oh, I'm done. I don't want to see this anymore. They may not even click your next story. They might swipe, because that's what you could do on Instagram, is you could swipe to the next person. They might swipe right past you, and now you lost them. So that's why video, more than likely, if you're using video, they're going to watch it at least for a few seconds. Okay, so of course you have to kind of tweak how to use video and the things that you want to share. But again, and that's why I said you can demonstrate products, but share things about your life. Like today we were just putting up Christmas decorations. So I showed a video of my husband put up the Christmas decorations outside and my kids playing outside. And so it gives my viewer a little bit of a personal feel for my life, and it's almost like they're my friend. Like I'm sort of like we've become like Instagram besties, because they're getting a peek into my life. Okay, so that when I do go share Scentsy, it's not like a shocker to them, and they know that when they need Scentsy, they come to me. Okay, so use video. Another couple of things you can do. I want to see if maybe I can share on here. Do you think that this one will let me? Let me see. Jen, I was just going to ask, I hope we don't go too far on time here, but I called in with my phone. If I click share screen, do you think it'll let me? Because I know you made me the host here, or to share.
You can try it. Are you, we have a couple of, let me see. Is it?
It's the one with my picture on it.
Okay, let me find it. Hold.
Yeah, I'm sorry. If you guys don't mind, if you want to see like a quick little like cool thing you can do. I don't know if there's like a way that I could. Oh, there we go. Okay, can you guys see me on here? Okay, maybe I could share screen. I'm so sorry. I think it's gonna go. Okay, cool. Can you guys see that? Awesome. All right, cool. All right, so let's go to Instagram real quick. Okay, so I'm in a story real quick. Okay, so this is my story. Hi, what's up? Oh, I'm showing you my mess. Let me hold this here, this way. Okay, so this is my Instagram story, all right? So some of the cool things that you could do, because remember, when you hold a picture like this, it just sits there for 6 to 7 seconds, right? So what I like to do, if you do post a picture, to utilize the tools that Instagram gives you. So what you can do is, let's say I want to take a picture, right? And this is the picture that I posted now. Now, if someone's watching that, they're going to click right past that. So what I always like to do is add a GIF or GIF, however you pronounce it. But it's basically just those little moving things, right? And you just click this little sticker up top with the little happy face. Can you see that? Okay. And then you can either go to GIF right here where it's flashing right there, or you could just type it in. So let's say I want to say, you can literally type in anything. I'm going to type hi. I'm going to choose that. And now at least there's something moving on my picture. It's not just like a regular picture. Okay. And because it's a GIF, it'll make it longer in the post. Okay. I'm not going to share that, but you can actually, you know what? I am going to share this. Watch what I'm going to do, because I'm going to share something behind the scenes. Hold on. IG training. My peeps tonight. I know this is like super, super annoying. There we go. Cool. Okay. So you can kind of like move things around. You can click this. You can, like I said, add hashtags. You can add, can you guys see this mouse moving on the screen? Or maybe not. No, that's okay. All right, don't worry about it. So you can add music, you can put questions, you can do polls. And so anyway, I'm not gonna make this long on here, but that's pretty much what you would do. So I'm gonna share that. And then people are gonna be like, what the heck? Why are you posting that? So anyway, let me stop sharing that. Okay, are we good now? Oh my God, sorry. Where am I? Okay, perfect. Is it good? Okay. All right. I just wanted to kind of give you guys an idea. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but like I said, if you like utilize the tools that that Instagram has for you in the Instagram stories, then you're way more likely, like Instagram sees that as you liking that. And so therefore I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. Therefore, they show it to you more. Instagram will like you for using their tools. So some of the things that I do to create like engagement and connection with people is basically like to get them to inbox me, okay? Basically what I do is I add polls on something. So you can tell somebody something like, you know, let's say you're talking about the business opportunity, right? And you're saying like, oh, there's a joint special for whatever reason, you're sharing the business opportunity, and then you have a little poll on there. You can always put an option to say something like, would you like free info, yes or no, right? And somebody clicks yes or no, or yes and yes, because who wouldn't want free info, right? So they click it. Anybody who clicks that poll, you now have free access to go message them and say, hey girl, thanks for choosing my poll. I actually have some awesome joint or info packets that I'm sending out this week. I'd love to get one in the mail to you. What's your mailing address? Because you're instantly giving them that opportunity. You can also ask like questions on there so that someone can ask you a question and you can kind of engage back with your audience. I really suggest like when you're able to, like, just go on Instagram and start clicking some of the buttons on that little face sticker that I showed you. There's so many different options on there for you to interact with your audience. But most importantly is that you are being consistent and you're being authentic with people. And again, being vulnerable. I think that's really what it boils down to. Sometimes it's like a hard pill to swallow, but again, you have to step out of your comfort zone and share authentically in order for people to really take to that, because they're going to do business with those who they know, like, and trust. And then just a couple extra things that I think would be great to help you with engagement. This is kind of like a little ninja hack that I do. So don't just like be a watcher. Don't just be a lurker on Facebook, right? You don't, or Facebook. Well, Facebook too, but specifically Instagram stories. You don't want to just scroll people's stories all day. You'll get stuck in a story spiral and it'll be good for nobody because now you've wasted time and you're not working your business. But like, I mean, I do it too. Listen, I'm guilty too. But like, you don't just want to keep watching people's posts. You want to make sure you're engaging on those things too. The more stories that you consume, Facebook will show, or I keep saying Facebook, Instagram will show that as you and that person connecting. Okay. A lot of times what happens is we follow other people in Scentsy. And because there's people that we aspire to, like I have tons of Scentsy people that I follow, and I'm like, oh, I love her stories. I want to watch them. I want to see what she does. Right. It's it's great to do that. And while we want to support and be there for our Scentsy sisters and brothers, I think it's also important to follow people outside of Scentsy, people that you're looking to connect with and build relationships with. Okay. Because again, you're going to get stuck in that spiral and you're not really, according to the algorithm, Instagram's only going to be showing you those same people. And so, how are you networking, going to meet new people if you're just connecting with the same people, getting inspired, but then you're not applying things, you know? So, what you can do to kind of create some more engagement is every time somebody comments on either a post on your grid, or like on your regular Instagram feed or to your inbox, you reply back to every single comment. Even if it's a Scentsy person, even if someone's like, oh, your daughter is so cute, reply back to them. Thank you so much. Okay. When you reply, and even when you ask questions back, it helps you create more conversation. So, for instance, if someone commented on a picture of on my Instagram feed and it was a picture of me and my family, and they said, "Oh, happy Thanksgiving," right? I would comment back, "Oh, happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much. How are you guys doing?" Asking them a question so that they have to respond. It almost creates like you're boosting the algorithm right there because there's constant comments going back and forth in there. Okay. So comment on every single thing, whether it be on a post or to your inbox, especially to your inbox, you should be replying back to every single comment that goes to your inbox. And then before you go to post your new post, so whether it be a story or a new post on Instagram, you want to go ahead and love every comment that was on your last post, if that makes sense. Because when you do that, the people who commented on that post are automatically going to see your story or they're going to see your post. Okay. So that's just like a little ninja hack, but consistency, being authentic, sharing your life again, not just Scentsy, sharing things that are authentically to you. If you do share pictures of Scentsy, I would do like your own pictures, like real life images versus like the marketing tab images. But that's pretty much it. I feel like I don't know what else to go on, but you kind of want to have a healthy balance. Okay. That's kind of how I want to end it off. Have a healthy balance of authentically sharing your life and Scentsy. You can even do behind the scenes things. So like what you're working on in your business. I do a lot of those things. Like I'll show customer mail that I'm getting out, or if, I'll shout out team members in my stories if they had a promotion or if we had a really great month end or something like that. I'm talking about the lifestyle of a Scentsy consultant versus the product and versus, I do talk about those things, but I'm also making sure to share authentically. Kind of like the life I'm living as a Scentsy consultant, if that makes sense. So, if you guys want, I actually have a post that I posted for my team a couple months back. It's all of my Instagram story tips. So I will make sure to post that in Radiant Rockstars too. And any director on there, you're welcome to take them and post them on your team pages. But it's basically kind of in a nutshell, everything that I talked about here. And it gives you just some like Instagram story tips that I think are going to be valuable to you. And then what I would suggest too is for on those posts that you share with your team, on that post that you share, that you guys comment your Instagram handles and start following each other, at least to just get some ideas and see how other people are sharing Scentsy. I'm a huge believer that when you do what successful people do, you will become successful when you actually apply the things that you're learning. And when I say this too, I don't want you guys to compare. I don't want you to sit here and say, oh, I can't be like her. I can't do what she does, or my life is boring and it's, she's more entertaining, because comparison is the thief of joy. Okay. You're only going to be following people and gaining inspiration from the things that they shared solely for that reason, so that you can use it as like almost like an idea booster for yourself. I told you I have so many like Scentsy people that I follow where I'm just like, oh my God, that's so great. That's awesome. So anyway, I would definitely do that. If you guys want to check out my stories too, you're more than welcome. I'll put my thing here. Not that this is not like a go follow me thing. It's literally just because I always have people ask me it. And if you have any questions, you can always feel free to reach out. But I hope that this was helpful for you. I feel like I was all over the place, and I'm sorry. I know we went kind of past time a little bit.
You did it. You did such a great job, Patty. I loved it so much. You like seriously, and lots of love for you in the chat. Like so much love for you in this training, and like you help people have aha moments tonight. So that's really good, and a lot of people learned a lot of things. One question I have for you, and that is, what would you say is the one way like that Instagram has impacted your business the most? Like in what way has Instagram changed your business?
In meeting new people, honestly. And I mean, I say for joining and everything, because for me, like, listen, this is anything on social media, whether it be Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, I don't care what platform you're using, you have to have conversation things off of social media. It can't just be posting on social media or on stories. It can't just be posting on Facebook. It has to be marketing that way, right? Like, again, I say this all the time, network marketing. We focus so heavily on the marketing of our business, but we're not focusing on the networking. And therefore, stories has done that for me. It has allowed me to meet new people. It has allowed me to see people, like people see a peek into my life as a Scentsy consultant, as a mom, as a wife, as someone who loves home decor, as someone who loves Mexican food, right? Like, whatever they're relating to me about, it's allowed them to see a peek into my life and build trust and connection, so that when I go to follow up off of social media, it's so much easier to connect. And again, none of this is gonna matter unless you do that off of social media. You have to have those behind the scene conversations, which is why stories is so amazing, because it goes right to your inbox and you can start those conversations right away. So again, just real quick, those call to actions, always try in one way or another, try to have a call to action on your post. So again, on your story, a poll is a call to action. Any of like the little stickers that you can add on there, where they can take a quiz or ask a question, or maybe you can even say, tell me about this, and then have them reply. You can do things like that and then respond to those people to get in their inbox, because ultimately inbox conversation is what leads to bigger business and bigger growth. So I would say, in a long-winded response, is just that it's allowed me to meet more people. Like, it's allowed me to add more people into my fun funnel.
Well, look, I think that's fabulous. And you guys, like, if you learned anything tonight, like, Patty really wrapped it up so eloquently. It's about meeting new people. And that's something that you have to do for the rest of your career. Meeting new people is something that is absolutely foundational to not only starting your business, but growing your business, building a big business, and continuing to grow your business for the rest of your life. Even as superstar directors, Patty and I both have to still continually meet new people. You have to be always expanding your circle, because what you want to do is always be finding people to introduce the Scentsy brand, the Scentsy company, the Scentsy business opportunity, Scentsy lifestyle, Scentsy products to, right? Because if you recruit all your customers, which is the goal, then all of a sudden, who do you have to buy? Who do you have to buy from you, or who do you have to recruit from, right? Meeting new people is foundational to building a big business. So I love that. Like, that was even the whole point of all of this, right? The whole point of this whole thing was expand your circle. And so many of you have asked, how can I meet people? How can I meet people because COVID sucks? Like, how can I meet people because I can't see anyone in person? Or how can I grow beyond my friends and family? Patty's given you all the tools that you need tonight. And so thank you so much for sharing. I thought this was fabulous, and I can't wait to learn from you again in a few weeks. So I hope you guys are excited about the new format for Rockstar Rally, and moving forward, here we go into lots of other SSDs coming along the line. So thank you so much, Patty, and we'll see you guys
everybody.
Tuesday. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening. Bye, guys.